What's up, guys? Tennessee State's is over. Round 3 just finished. We played Cherokee Park, which was the same course that we played the Flex Start in earlier in the week. Really slow start today. Last week, at the Flex Start, I was like 5 down through 9, which was very solid. And then ran into some trouble, and I went bogey, double bogey. So I ate up all that work from the front side, and then caught a couple of birdies down the stretch. But so today was kind of the opposite. Like, instead of being really strong on the front and struggling on the back, I was really flat on the front. So like, we're talking through the first 6 holes I was even. I bogeyed hole 7, so through the first 7 I'm +1, which it's probably a 4 or 5 stroke difference from the other day. And it upshots is really what kind of put me in the spot. Like, my drives were good, and then putting was fine. It was a little shaky in a couple of those holes just because I just yanked the upshot so bad that I was kind of shook in the moment. Anyways, after the bogey, I proceeded to go 5 down over the next 3 holes because I went birdie, eagle. That's a stretch of words I've never put together before, but felt really good. A little 450 footer downhill, maybe a little bit of a soft 4, but big hill, big time elevation changes. Anyways, was able to pin that. It was like 10 or 12 feet from the pin for the tap in eagle there. And then hole 10, which was where things got really bad on Monday or Tuesday, just 485 feet, a little bit downhill and to the right, road OB left and right, everything slopes towards the road, down the road. Tried to go sidearm, matching the grade of the hill last time, caught a vertical skip, edge, and rolled like 200 feet to OB. Today, 485 feet, I pimped it, I blasted it, I put it to within 10 or 12 feet on back-to-back holes over 400 feet. This one was by far one of the better drives of my career. Was a really super beat up Ballista Pro. If you've played with me, it's the red one. You know which one I'm talking about. Big shout out to Jeremy Sumter, because I consider that disc lost last week at Boylan's property. I put it in a thicket, and ended up having to take hazard relief with a stroke just to get. There was no getting that disc, and I mentioned it, and he trumps off in there, and without any tools or anything, just beats a lane to the disc and got it back out. And that disc did work this weekend, so thank you very much. But anyway, so yeah, back to back. It was birdie, eagle. Par. I took a bogey on a pretty tough par 3. Missed a couple opportunities. Ran a putt or 2, and then found a couple of birdies there at the end. I ended up with 3 eagles in the round. So many like weird numbers. So there was 6 pars, 3 bogeys, 3 birdies, 3 eagles. First 6 down. So the numerology in that's kind of weird, all like factors of 3. So, but yeah, shot under par every round and above my rating every round, even though I had a couple of really nasty rollaways, one in round 1 and one in round 2. The one in round 1 ended up being the only over par hole that I had for that whole round. I was playing that course blind. But yeah, I took a double bogey on a little par 3 after putt over the top of the basket and rolled down, and then missed that putt tap in. Then yesterday at Panther Creek, a similar situation, an uphill putt, caught front cage, edge, rolled further away, laid that guy up, take my 5. So need to work on my uphill putts, my uphill elevated putts. Left quite a few birdie putts in that first round short on the same style putt, so definitely going to be working on that, and get that aiming point figured out, because that's 4 strokes just in the double bogeys. Now if you just take the bogeys, they're probably 4s. well, the first one definitely not. That was 25 feet and just over the top. So anyways, those 4 strokes would have me sitting, you know, right at the cash line, and then converting on some of the other ones really put me in the thick of things. So the game is feeling good. I'm definitely moving in the right direction. I'm throwing the disc slower and smoother thanks to Justin McLuhan, but also further in instances than I was before when I was throwing very, very quickly, and putting a lot of strain on my shoulder. My shoulder feels great. Sidearm feels really good. I'm able to be nice and slow and deliberate with that. That scored quite a few birdies over the course of the weekend. So, you know, I continue to dial in the putting and the upshot. So the short game is the area that, you know, needs the most attention. But I've had a great time. I mean, these courses are fun. These are HB courses, so, you know, one thing, this is only my second HB tournament, but it's the second this year within, you know, within about a month or month and a half or so. And one thing I've learned from playing his courses is that I think I've figured out his design style. He's going to give you some soft 4s and 5s that if you just play shot placement golf, you'll be set up for easy birdies with shots at eagle. But if you try to get greedy and go for, like, said eagle, then chances are you may put yourself completely out of, you're going to be getting, you know, scrambling for par. And getting pretty easy par, but just completely taking yourself out of a chance to score. And then he balances that out with really freaking hard par 3s. And so you got your soft 4s and 5s that if you just play smart, you can score on. But, like, you're just getting 3s on some of these par 3s feels like a birdie, you know. And so it's just really, really interesting how he uses the two to counterbalance one another and still end up with a fair, accurate score. You know, I think that's why you see some of these 13, 14, 15 down on these courses, is because these guys are really good and they're able to capitalize on a lot of those eagles, and then probably still get some of the 2s on the difficult 3s. So yeah, I missed my goal of top 10 by a few spots, but like I said, I really feel like I'm building momentum over the last, like, couple of weeks where things seem to be clicking and moving in the right direction. You know, continue to shoot, which, you know, technically speaking is above my rating, but not where I want to be, because I feel like my rating should be considerably higher than it is. And if that were the case, these rounds would have been below my rating. But like I say, baby steps. I'm not going to try to critique things too hard, harder than we already do as golfers. But yeah, continue to work on the short game and things like that, and then watch where things go. So the rest of the week, actually coming up on my first off week since Waco. So it's been a grind. It's been 21 tournaments since then, a couple flex starts in there, but yeah, got an off week coming up. Don't even really know what to do with myself. Probably gonna hang out here in Knoxville for a day or two, just because I'm waiting on some packages to come and I don't really have anywhere to be, so I'll hang out with my homie. Big shout out to Corey and JP and his girlfriend for opening their home and let me stay here this week. It's been super nice. It's 3 weeks in a row without having to sleep in the car, which, you know, it's cozy in here, but it's much better sleeping in the house. So thanks to those guys. But yeah, I'm gonna hang out here for a day or two. Hopefully some of the rain that they're forecasting will not happen, because I want to go play Harmony Bends. I think I'm saying that right. And then I'm gonna head down to Birmingham for the Magic City Mega Bowl, which is coming up. That's my next tournament. That'll be in 2 weeks. Big A tier. Played that thing a couple years ago, so looking for some revenge in places. Hopefully we're playing the same courses. But yeah, liking how things are going, enjoying the flow, And golf has been fun, a lot more fun lately. The addition of the warships to my bag cannot be overstated, with the shot selection that has opened up for my game. Not just off the tee, but in up shots, the way that those discs, the natural turn, it works really, really well with an uphill elevated shot. It'll climb up the hill and then carry straight forever and then finish out a little bit left. And if I'm going downhill, I can, pump it out there with a little bit of hyzer, and it'll flip up and just ride and generally track straight to the pin, and don't need a lot of arm speed at all to get it on that line. So I've got a couple of hatchets coming probably early this week from another homeboy, Dave Craig. Found these on the Latitude 64 custom store, or custom website, and